To talk about what Tyler Perry said. And Tyler Perry, I'm neutral on him, I guess. I Some of his work is problematic, stereotypical, stuff like that. But at the same time, I often applaud him because he gives has-beens jobs, people, he gives all kinds of people work that probably would not get any type of work in mainstream Hollywood, stuff like that. So I admire him for that. But at the same time, I enjoy his show Girlfriends. And what I see that he does in that particular show from time to time is it's like he's reading some of the comments online. So he's got his ear to the ground, as people would say. Like one of the characters one day said that she was living her hot girl summer and she's very reckless with her sexuality. Then you have another woman who's a boss itch and she's got a man that loves her. I'm talking about Zach and Fatima. He loves her, probably wants to take care of her because he's coming to some money due to stocks and stuff like that. But she still wants to be this independent boss babe, stuff like that. So Tyler Perry recently got in trouble for suggesting that as long as a man loves you, him paying it just the light bill should be enough for you. And as you can imagine, a lot of women took exception to that. And as I said in an Instagram post, I'm not really understanding why so many women got their panties in a bunch over that, because a lot of women are already living that life. Particularly if it is a man that she is sexually attracted to, she likes what he does in the bedroom, but he can't offer her anything beyond the eggplant. And as I've said in previous videos, I have literally heard women say things like broke ninjas have the best D. And if you watch the Kendra G show, a lot of those, and I know I bring her up a lot on my old channel, a lot of the women that come on her show tend to only cite physical gratification. And you also as something to look for in a man, as if that's all a man is for, sexual gratification and his wallet. Then you have a lot of women who say no more users. So you have women who have been in a situation to allowing a man to use her financially, use her car, stuff like that. And I've worked with women like that. So I'm going to try to be as careful about what I say with this as possible, because I know in our community, what I've read online over the years and even now, a lot of Black women are highly sensitive to the suggestion of settling. And I might as well include this in this topic as well. One reason why so many women in our community have a problem with when it is suggested that they choose a man with potential, and you see that triggers them, if you read comments online and stuff, it triggers them because that's what a lot of them have been doing all along. However, their potential starts off as, what can he do for me in the bedroom? His clothes, money that she thinks he has, his swag, that is potential to them. So when they pick a man based on those superficial things and it doesn't pan out, she got burned, she got left with a child, she's jaded, she's bitter, and all of that stuff. So when someone comes along and says, you know what, why don't you, that man over there, he's got potential, blah, blah, blah. If you're the type of woman who is picking a man for superficial reasons, or this is something that a lot of women don't like to talk about, you're not a good woman yourself, you're not going to necessarily pick a decent man. There are probably plenty of men with potential out there who would make a woman a good husband, but he doesn't have that that fire that some of these women are looking for. She wants constant chaos and confusion and excitement, and what those Timberland boot wearing guys with their pants hanging around their butt and the fast Hellcat cars that they're driving, those men typically bring chaos to a woman's life. And with that, sexual fun and freedom and all of that stuff. But the nice guy who's working hard, he might be going home to study so he can, get a better job, or he might be working 2 jobs. A lot of women don't want to touch that. And a lot of times they don't want to touch that until either he becomes something. And Tyler Perry actually did a movie similar to that, Acrimony. And I saw what he was trying to do there. Taraji P. Henson's character, I think that was who that was in there. She was trying to be patient with this man as he was working on his dreams and stuff like that. I think Tyler, he kind of dragged it out. It could have been a little bit more cohesive, but I saw what he was trying to do. And so when she finally gave up and said, you know what, forget you, I'm leaving, that's when he ended up hitting it big. And I think he became rich and, all of that stuff. So so a lot of the women were loving Tyler's movies and TV shows because he was putting a lot of wronged by a man scenarios in his shows. And that bonds a lot of Black women with, because so many women just date willy-nilly. They're not trying to go for a decent guy in the first place. And so they kind of get off on this. Like I said, the guy, he's exciting and, and he's unpredictable and, and stuff like that. So that is a turn on for a lot of women. But anyway, I'm kind of going besides the point. So Tyler made the comment about if he could just pay your light bill, that should be enough for you. And as I said, a lot of women took exception to that, even though a lot of women are already living that life because they had a child or babies with a man that is not really pulling his weight. And I actually know a scenario of a young lady. I won't say how many kids that she has, because just in case people stumble across my channel, they might put 2 and 2 together and realize what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. But I used to know this lady. I think I met her once or twice, and she had more than 3 children, let's put it that way. And she was never married, and she was always taking care of the baby daddy. So many women are already in that situation. And what Tyler was saying, and I'm not saying that I'm agreeing with a man just paying a light bill, but I see what Tyler was talking about. But at the same time, he ought to know, and he even gave a warning. He knows your average woman is not going to go for something like that. And he also said that more Black women out-earn Black men. And I think that there are stats that says otherwise. So there's a lot of misinformation out there that so many Black women are these boss itches making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And, if you look up the stats and stuff, you'll find that a lot of that is simply not accurate. So I think also what Tyler was trying to say was being realistic, because you have a lot of women out here who will never marry. And a lot of them would never marry because their expectations of what it is to be a wife, number one, marriage, and the responsibilities of a husband is they don't know. So they're looking at a lot of the women online in social media big upping this extravagant lifestyle as if that is the norm. And it could be the norm for some women, but it's okay to be an average woman too. I'm an average woman, married to an average man, but we live a decent life. But my channel, I do try to talk to the young ladies because, and as I've said in my previous channel, Shimmer Girl Talks, I try to talk to, yes, that's my bad cat. I try to talk to young ladies because I know what a beautiful thing marriage is when you are married to the right man, when you do your part as a woman. And that's another thing. A lot of women don't want to do their part. And a lot of women also want to listen to never married women telling them what they ought to be doing in a marriage. And that's causing confusion. But if you happen if you happen to enjoy my content, please check out my Shimmer Girl Talks channel. See if my topics are for you. And please subscribe to this channel, and I will talk to you later. Bye.